Hey gamers, welcome back to Arcade Classics Week here on Game Time with Kyle. This week we got 5 videos kind of showcasing some of these small little arcade classics with this logo. Wow, I gotta back that up. Kind of these, I've only seen them now at Walmart. I'm not sure if they're Walmart exclusive or not, but Arcade Classics, kind of see a little bit of what they look like. We're going to do 3 of them this time because one of them's pretty weird, and we can kind of shoot through these pretty quick. If you saw the previous 2 videos, links to both those in the description, by the way, kind of catch up on what's going on. We're just kind of showing them off here and playing like literally a minute of each. That way we're keeping them all about 5 minutes. These are a little bit different than the My Arcade versions of these games, which are like that. Come in a nice little box and definitely a lot bigger, and I definitely like these better. But you have to admit, some of these are kind of cute and they're pretty cheap, and just kind of showing them off. Let you guys form your own opinion about them. I think that they are okay. I mean, they're nothing special, quite honestly. The Pac-Man version of this is not great, and we'll take a look at that here in just a second. But I think they've actually did a different version of Pac-Man where it's more of the actual real arcade game. So just kind of taking a look at the cabinets themselves. We showed these off on previous videos. Like, they're neat. I like the looks of them. Kind of see the side panel. Got the little buttons here, little joystick, a little bit of dust. The Pac-Man screen's actually a little more vertical, which is nice. Power button on off, got the volume, got the little speakers there. Same thing on the side. Nothing too much on back other than 3 AA batteries that are needed. Unfortunately, none of them have like a power adapter, so you just can't plug them in. They all take batteries, so another downside. This is the Rampage one. Blue cabinet, kind of neat. Nothing too much on the side. We got start, jump, punch, a little thumbstick, joystick here, which it's very tiny. It's not great to use, but it actually works pretty well. It's a little bit more of a D-pad. I know it's going to be impossible to see on the video, but it's more of a D-pad with just a nub on it. And this one's the Joust one. Kind of like the arcade cabinet look to this. Pretty neat. And again, they're all basically the same. Speakers, buttons there on the bottom. Nothing too wild. So packaging, I keep them flat just to save space because game room's getting a little crowded, so these don't take up too much space out of the packaging. So, but I just kept them. I keep them flat and keep them just tucked away. Here's Pac-Man. You can kind of see a little bit of what that's about. You can see right from the start, it looks a little different. So we're going to play that here in just a second. Joust one, same thing. Got the packaging there. This is number 8. From the Arcade Classics series. A little bit of what you do in Joust right there. Again, you can kind of pause the video there and take a look at it. I don't know whatever happened to 9. Like, to the best of my knowledge, I've never seen number 9. This is number 10. We started with 3, so I mean, I'm definitely not going for a complete collection in any of these. In fact, the last couple that I've seen that are out, like literally at the timing of this video, are actual versions of a real Pac-Man. Galaxian, I think, is in there, and one other one, but I already have those versions for the My Arcade, so I feel that I don't need to get them again, just smaller. I think those are just small enough in the right size. So, Pac-Man, as you can see here, and I'm going to hit the lights just because it's a little bit easier to see, it's more on a Vectrex display, which is kind of weird. And it's very blue. It's not actually the video, so we're just going to play it here. You can kind of see there's our Pac-Man thing. And this is the weirdest thing. Like, it's not terrible, but this is a very weird version. It's kind of like an old, like, what are those called? LEDs, or a very weird version. Like you would play some cheap knockoff. Luckily, like I said, this company, Arcade Classics, made a different version of this Pac-Man cabinet where it's actually more like the real, actual arcade game. So you can get those now. So, but this is weird. I'm not a big fan of it. Like, I don't hate it. It's kind of like these cabinets themselves. I don't hate them. They're just not necessarily that big of a fan. So that's kind of the Pac-Man one. It's weird. I kind of don't like it, but it's unique enough that it's kind of weird. So Here's the Joust one, ladies and gentlemen. And a lot of these look like, you know, NES versions too of these games, not necessarily arcade. Like, to me, this looks very Nintendo-like. Forewarning, I'm not very good at Joust at all. And this button's going to be very loud on the video, so my apologies, I didn't think about that. You can see how that plays out. And like I said, it's very NES looking to me. I thought the arcade version at least looked and sounded a little bit different. Joust has never been a game I've been good at. As you can see, I'm not even, well, I'm dead now. So I went through a lot of lives there pretty quick, which is kind of weird because I'm extremely great at Balloon Fight on the NES, which is very similar to this. So it's kind of weird. I'm just completely horrible at one game like Joust, and Balloon Fight for NES I excel at. So we see a little bit there. It's kind of neat, you know. There's the Joust one. And we'll end with Rampage here. You can choose which one you want to be. The ape, I'll be the lizard because it's a little more Godzilla-like. Get your punch. Jump. Now this one definitely looks a lot more NES looking to me. Oh, I think I went in the... there. So yeah, they're, again, to reiterate, nothing special on the show. Here we go. Just having a hard time climbing up. But they work. I think they're a little overpriced for what they are. But there's a fun little arcade experience, especially if you only collect one or two, if you have a favorite arcade game, like if you're a big Joust or Rampage guy. I think you'll probably like these quite a bit, you know. And there's definitely worse. But I'd prefer something like this just in a multi-cabinet, like instead of doing all these separate. It would have been fun to see like 20 in one. And I know there are some ones like that. In fact, we'll even be taking a look at the Namco one here on a future video. So otherwise, this one's just a couple minutes, a little bit longer than usual, but we did show off 3 games there. So thank you everybody for watching and subscribing. You feel free to comment on your opinion on these, if you like them, if not, you know, why, etc. And we'll see everybody in the next video. Take care.